sedate, or I don't know. Yeah. We're just we're just saying that you think we'd know how to do this by now, but we're still amateurs, I would say. Well, very much so.
Very much so.
Yeah. But we're Olann and I'm Deirdre, and
I'm Laura. Sorry.
it's like
I am
it's like the two
really.
Ronnies. And we're available at olannand.ie, www.olannand.ie.
We're not available.
Sorry, we're not. No, the magazine is available. We're not available anywhere online. This is not starting off well. Already I've done it. Okay, so olannand.ie, and that's where our current issue is, and our next issue will be out around the beginning of December. No set date yet, but we're around the beginning of December, I think we're safe to say.
Yeah. We're kind of waiting on. We're waiting. We're sort of done.
Yeah.
We're kind of waiting on
Just
something else, really. A couple of other things. So, so we're on Facebook as Olann and. We're on Instagram as Olann and Magazine. And we're on Twitter as Olann and.
Olann and, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have a Ravelry group where we upload the podcast notes minus all of the dithering. And there's actually, and we've got the YouTube channel, obviously.
Oh, YouTube, yeah. I think it's just Olann and as well, yeah.
Is that it?
And then, there's a nice little bit of activity on the Ravelry group, actually.
There is, actually.
So pop over, and if you have any questions or anything, or if you kind of want any ideas I was just thinking actually we should do maybe like a stash busting or gift giving, something Christmassy, like a thread. So maybe I'll pop one up there. Yeah. It'd be good to get ideas, because I know people are kind of knitting this time of year and trying to think of things to do. So,
and I confession time. I did have Christmas decorations on here. I was going to pull some of the decorations out that we'd been given for Secret Santa, but because I actually went in, they're in my cupboard under the stairs. My son, I was in the cupboard under my stairs yesterday getting something, and my son said that there'd be big boys under there and they'd grab me in there. He meant spiders, and he went, they'd see my gnashers and they'd think I was one of them.
Oh my God. Mean.
This is kind of like,
it's a bit off skew.
Yeah, we're just going to move us.
No,
it's the other way. Is that better? I think so, yeah. I don't know.
It's a bit more equal.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
I think as in... I feel like... Am I done it again? Oh my God. Wait. Okay. Maybe I just need to sit in properly. God. Sorry, guys. It's early, it's a Sunday morning, and to be honest, it's just been one of those weeks.
It's actually the 26th of November.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just been one of those weeks for both of us, so we're a bit frazzled.
Yeah, definitely.
So individually as well, we're around the place. So I'm Deirdre McCardle on Instagram and Donna Diamond on Ravelry.
And I am Left Foot Daisy everywhere. So I'm Left Foot Daisy on Facebook, on Instagram, and I have my own blog, which is Confessions of a Fibre Strumpet, which I'm actually, it's awful, and it will show up in the podcast as well. I am having trouble finding stuff to blog about, because all of my work at the moment is magazine related,
that's probably
or
true.
Gift related. So then, and I normally blog about the stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
And there's only so many black and white photos that you can put up, or
kind of close-ups.
And, do you know?
I know, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, and people, we were saying earlier, people that you make things for regularly, they get used to the colours that you use and you know, stuff like that. So then you're like, I can't take a picture of, this is my latest stash enhancement, because someone will go, well, that's for me. And then if you don't make that thing, they'll be like, well, I was pretty sure that was for me.
And they're disappointed. You're like, oh God. I do find that, there is a lot of gift knitting and magazine knitting. And none of that, unfortunately, we can show you yet. So.
No.
But soon.
But we can show you stuff from the current issue. Current issue.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So as you know, last issue, or the current issue, was our colourwork issue.
It was, and we've already shown the Sunshine and Sprinkles cowl.
Oh yeah.
And we've also shown
the Mind the Gap shawl.
Oh yeah. Oh, the version that our friend Dr. Sock knitted.
Oh, it's so lovely.
Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. That and the Wonder Woman coloured ones. Also,
Oh, I
Old and
haven't
Socks
seen
up, haven't you?
those. No.
Oh, I reposted it. It's really, really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I reposted it.
Oh, good. Look at that.
So we thought we'd do the Baltic Anklet Socks this
these are really
issue.
nice.
So these have been designed by Rachel Russ. So they have a colourwork cuff. I'll hold one up, it's easier. I'm just trying to make sure, I'm trying to make sure that I showed you the right side. So they're a colourwork cuff with a picot edge, which means when you fold them up, do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
the cuff comes from folding them down, and the picots obviously pop then. So
really nice, aren't they?
And they're a Latvian inspired design. Now, one thing to note actually, when Rachel wrote the pattern, I was just knitting them away and I wasn't paying too much attention, which is a really bad thing to do. And I did realise after I'd done the first sock, but then it was too late. So technically your colourwork seam will switch to the back. Halfway through, once you've done the top of the cuff, Rachel gets you to switch so that your end of round becomes here.
Okay.
And I didn't, because I knit my socks on 2 circular needles. I kind of got through it and was like, oh no. So technically you wouldn't have a join here, it will be here.
Oh, okay, cool.
But they were lovely and easy to make.
Really
the
nice.
yarn is Spud and Chloe fine sock. So the colours were, let me see, this is the pinky red. What is that? Have they just got numbers? Oh, they've only just got numbers on the... Yeah, they do have names, but it's on the colour card.
Okay.
So 7, 8, 10 is this pinky colour, which is kind of blowing out a little bit. It's not as bright as your top,
but I think my top is blowing out as well, actually.
Then the aqua is 7806, so that's this colour.
Cool.
I'm going to give you these for a minute because I want to show something else. And this is the grey, which is 7822. So you can see that there's really not much grey left. And one thing to point out is that these are probably about a size 5, I would say. So if you were going to knit anything much bigger than that, you might need to do coordinating toes and heels out of one of the other 2 colours.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to give it so that you had enough yarn.
Okay.
Really nice, easy pattern.
Yeah, really nice.
And actually my first colourwork socks ever. And I really, really love them. Yeah, I was worried about getting the cuff too tight, and they sit really nicely.
Yeah, they're very, very pretty.
Yeah, tension is lovely. They were really nice to knit. It was very, very intuitive.
And I love the little design. It's like a little kind of snowflake, I guess.
Yeah. I think technically it's a flower.
Flower?
Flower.
I guess I'm in Christmas mode.
And do you know, I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest fan of a picot. It's probably a little bit too frilly for me.
Yeah.
But I really like it on the socks.
I think it's lovely.
Yeah, I think it sits really well, doesn't it? It's what you need for them. So
pretty.
Yeah, really, really nice. Rachel did a pair, I'm not sure if she's loaded them up onto Ravelry, but she did completely contrasting colours to what I've done.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like a bright green, a purple and a bright cerise.
Interesting.
And initially we were going to have photographs of both of them, so hence the more muted ones, but it just didn't work. Rachel's based in the States, so it didn't work. But I think she might have loaded her pair up to Ravelry, and it's interesting to see the two different the 2 different colourways. And I suppose if you were going to do them traditionally Latvian, you'd do them black, cream and red, wouldn't you?
Oh, okay, is that the traditional colours?
Yeah, I think
black,
so.
cream, red, good.
Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But so that's the Baltic anklet.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Very nice.
So we've one more design to show you from the current issue, and we'll do that in our next podcast, which is going to need to be soon because we want to get it done before the next issue of the magazine. But in the meantime, we have, as we said, we don't have too many ta-das because we've been just working on magazine stuff and also knitting stuff or gift stuff. But I'm going to show you something that I did that is a gift, but I'm not going to say who's it for because it's not like somebody would be able to guess who this is for. So I just wanted to knit something really kind of quick, like a quick knit, and also I wanted to use existing stash because my stash is ridiculous. So I had a dive through and I found this beautiful old hank of Collinet.
Is it Toscana? It's the colourway's Toscana.
I think it might be. I got it in one of your stash dashes years and years ago, and it was languishing at the bottom of my box. So I dug it out and I thought this would be really pretty, and I don't know where I got the idea for a drop stitch cowl. I had seen it recently, or
Dina's got one.
Oh,
I had one in the
maybe,
shop.
yeah.
It's something I used to knit it as a sample a lot because it's so quick.
It's so quick. I just thought the yarn would lend itself well to it because it has the different, and you can see there, it says loads of different tones, and also it's thin and thick, and I just thought it would look really pretty in the drop stitch because you'd be able to see it. So this is just a simple drop stitch cowl. It's on Ravelry, a free pattern by a lady called Abby Gregorio, and this literally took me, I started knitting that night, and I finished it that night.
Yeah.
So it took me probably, I would say, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It was just done, and it's a nice, I still have to sew in the ends, but it was a super quick project, and the person I'm knitting it for is always cold and is especially always concerned about drafts around their neck, so this will be perfect.
Hopefully they don't know who it is now.
Yeah. Does that narrow it down? I don't know, probably. But anyway, so yeah, nice quick little, and a stash buster because I used an old hank of yarn, so I was delighted with that. So yeah, that's literally all I've done.
That pattern is really, really good.
Yeah.
I as I said, it was
It just
something
flew.
that I knitted up for a sample.
Yeah.
If I had a super chunky yarn come in that I needed to get a sample done for the shop, I would always do it in that, just so that it was there.
Yeah.
My to-das, so I actually did sit and knit this last night so that I had a to-da.
Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute.
Kai was home for a change and we sat down and watched a few episodes of The Expanse on Netflix.
Oh, sure, I've seen it.
And you'll like it. Yeah, you'll like it. So I was sitting down playing with little kind of jumpers. I tend to put something small in a Christmas card to a few people that I wouldn't see very much anymore. So last year I put a lot of the Carmen's snowflakes, her Bohemian snowflakes.
Okay.
The year before, I think I put our friend Lucy crochets the most beautiful snowflakes, and I think I put those in the year before.
Beautiful.
I just try and put something in, and technically I could put the Christmas trees in that I've made.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'll have got something else, so I was just playing with numbers. I think in my head I want it to be bigger.
Okay. And are you going to put it on little mini hangers?
Yeah.
Or like?
Yeah, I think so, but I think if it's on a Christmas tree, it might need to be a little bit
maybe.
bigger. Maybe.
It is kind of small. That that size though.
It is. It's not fiddly doing the sleeves. Like,
I know.
Now I'm going to confess, I was going to make that. Is it the little wee elf?
What the elf on the shelf guy?
No, it's a Pearl Soho pattern. It's
Oh
been
right,
around for quite a long.
So
It's a Pearl Soho pattern. It's been around for quite a long time. It's popular with quite a few of the other podcasters. I know Jodie from the Grocery Girls has made one. She makes them every year. And I went to buy the pattern last night, but the pattern was something like €8.90.
Oh right.
Which I do get, but it's just a little toy.
Yeah.
In 2 gauges, when technically you could probably just up your needle size anyway and your yarn size. It just seemed a little bit steep. What's your...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not familiar with the pattern, but I mean
I
that...
can't find it in my phone.
You know, you'd pay for a garment, like you'd be happy to pay that for a pattern, but for a little toy...
It just seemed to... It's not a toy that's got lots of... It's not like a... You know, like Barbara Prime Fuzzy Mittens or whatever. Her toys have got legs and arms. And it's a cute
bit
little
of detail.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cute little knit. But I was like, just to sit down and do something quickly. And best bones of £9 is
maybe sub $5 or euros or whatever would be.
Yeah, no problem at all. I would have happily paid that. Yeah, but I was like, I can't really justify buying that. That's a little bit controversial, isn't it? But
look, I mean, you know, you have to think about money as well. You know, it's practical. I know we all spend so much on our yarn. Yeah. And then, you know, you obviously want to be spending money on patterns as well and supporting designers. Yeah. But sometimes, you know.
Like I think the Selby mittens that I've got, I think they're like, the pattern was maybe €6. Yeah. And I can see why. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It just seemed a little bit steep.
I agree with you.
And then I actually do have another to-da, which are these. But I'm not going to lie, I'd actually knitted these ages ago. Hold on, I need to...
I've never seen them on you.
No, do you know why? Because I never sewed in the ends.
Oh, right. Pesky ends.
Yeah. So, and I actually
Nice.
like we were talking last time. I did the really long cuffs. So
I was
that
just
they
going
can
to
come
say,
up.
did you put in the cuff?
Yeah.
Extra long.
Yeah, so
good.
they can come up on my arm.
Cool.
So
Oh, they're nice.
yeah, and they're actually something I sat down and was working on, I think last year, because I'm pretty sure that this is a yarn that we had in the magazine. I think this is Dharma Dye Works
Oh, right.
yarn. I'll have to
It
check.
kind of looks familiar, all right.
Yeah.
And is this your pattern or? no?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
this was me just faffing. So I put the thumb slightly in on each side.
I see. Yeah, interesting.
And then the thing is, obviously, because I've got such small hands, that's the reason I was sitting down playing, was because my hands are so small. I wanted to see if I could get something. But I was going to wear these. We went on our yarn crawl, our knitting group yarn crawl last week.
I know, I can't believe it was a
Yeah.
week ago. Only a week ago.
And I was actually going to put a ribbon through my coat
Oh,
and attach these
you
to the
should
end,
have.
because I just know I'll lose
Oh,
them.
yeah. I would absolutely
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just for kids.
No.
Ribbons.
No, for forgetful people.
Or
as
even a
well.
nice crochet
Yeah, like a chain or
chain.
something.
Yeah.
So they're just an Allen weight, so I suppose. I think I stopped. I didn't sew in the ends because I wanted to tweak them a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
God knows where the notes are. I'll have to go back and try and find the notes.
Oh, no, they're nice. I like them.
So that's the only tadas I can show you.
Yeah, scarce in the tadas, but
Yeah.
we'll probably have loads more once we publish the next issue. We'll be like ta-da, 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 ta-da.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah. You'll be sick of tadas.
And as usual, in each issue of our episode of the podcast, we go through some of the Olann and Loves bits and pieces that we've had in the previous issue. So we've been through a few of them, and these are the last two, I think.
This is the last two. Yeah.
So the first selection are from Bag Lady Designs, and it's a series of greeting cards and wedding stationery. And so
Sheena Power.
Sheena draws these all herself, so they're original designs, which I think are just so pretty.
We were saying we didn't think it came across how
Yes,
beautiful they are in
probably.
the magazine, that you really do need to.
Really lovely.
Yeah, the weight of the card.
Oh, it's very, you can tell the quality.
Yeah.
She has lovely little, so this is a Jane Austen quote at the back here. It was moonlight and everyone was full of engagements, and that's from Sense and Sensibility.
Oh.
Really nice. Lovely little wedding invite for a same-sex couple, which is kind of pretty actually.
It's really
Yeah,
good,
it's lovely.
isn't it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. This is kind of funny. It's kind of like, I like those kind of fun ones. Really pretty. But she's got a really distinctive style.
She has very distinctive.
That
actually.
is just really kind of, I was saying to Laura earlier on, it kind of reminded me of kind of Corpse Bride, kind of Tim Burton-esque. That there is lovely, isn't it? It's like,
What does she say? She says her childhood influences included illustrators like Arthur Rackham, Janet and Anne Graham Johnston, Patricia Coombs, and Wayne Anderson.
yeah. I suppose I just haven't heard of any of those. But
I'm assuming they're authors, are they? So there must be people who
Yeah.
did maybe the illustrations for books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she's recycled paper actually.
Yeah.
It's really good quality
Yeah.
for recycled.
Yeah, and they are kind of whimsical, aren't they?
Yeah, there's another Jane Austen one from Pride and Prejudice. Mr. Bingley thought her quite beautiful and danced with her twice. I see. But yeah, really, really pretty. And I think this is lovely. Isn't
That
it?
is
It's
gorgeous.
like a wedding invite.
Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful.
Isn't that lovely? And then it has like a double. Just got the back of it has double leafed.
Does it have information in it that we shouldn't know?
No, actually, it's for Pride and Prejudice.
Oh,
Again, Elizabeth and Fitzwilliam Darcy.
Ah, okay.
Very good. In Pemberley Chapel. Oh, cool.
Ah, okay.
Huh. That's
I love the tiny little attention to detail with the
Oh, you're right.
illustrations
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's really nice following the trend too. Really lovely. And then she must just do excuse me, separate prints as well then, as well as
definitely.
the cards, which are really lovely. Yeah. I think they're very unique. I haven't seen anything like this
No,
around.
I haven't.
This particular
Yeah,
style.
it
It's
caught
quite
my
lovely.
eye. Yeah. I think Sheena has them in several different stockists around the country.
Good.
She's on Facebook and she's on Twitter as well, I think.
Cool. Really nice bits.
Yeah, I think she does calendars as well. Yeah, some really, really lovely stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bag Lady Designs.
Thought you were calling me a bag lady for a
Yeah,
minute.
shut up, you bag lady.
So then the last thing. So this
Oh my
is
God.
just like
Heaven in a box.
Yeah, anyone that reads my blog will know that I sometimes do these are a few of my favourite things, and this was one of my favourite things, which is like things that I would like.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
And
So beautiful.
like it's like yeah. I mean, look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? So in case you don't know, it is the 21 colour slouch kit by Blue Sky Fibres. So they used to be Blue Sky alpacas.
Yes.
And yeah, the idea is that you get the pattern for this is the slouch hat,
Oh, cool.
and you get the yarn. These are all little, I think they're 10 gram tanks, are they? Or 10 grams? I'll write it down. There's 21 mini 5 gram tanks
5 gram. Mm-hmm.
of the introductory colours of the Blue Sky Fibres Poplar Yarn wool stock. So,
It's worsted weight.
yeah, I mean like,
I mean, it's gorgeous.
yeah, it's almost too pretty to use, isn't it?
But the hat would be amazing.
It would. It would definitely be
But
amazing.
yes, I mean, I love looking at the little twists, and they just feel, yeah, they're like little decorations in themselves.
They are, aren't they? Yeah, maybe we could just have a whole mini Christmas tree. A Christmas tree decorated with nothing but minis.
Actually, yeah, I'd go along with
Kinda
that,
cool.
to be honest.
Maybe that's a blog post that we...
Yeah. Just like, yeah, hang on.
It is really nice. It is really nice. Now, I know, off the top of my head, I don't know of any stockists here in Ireland that are selling it, but I definitely know there's a few stockists in the UK that have them.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Or she could go to America or whatever. But yeah, if it's something that interests you, and why wouldn't it?
Seriously, that's so cool.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like so we were speaking to Blue Sky Fibres for the Spud and Chloe socks because it's the same company in case you didn't know, and they were like, oh, we'll send you a 21 colour slouch hat, and I was like, oh yeah, please.
Send it on.
Please do.
Wow.
No problem. Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Really nice.
Yeah,
And so soft, and it's fine, 100% fine Highland wool.
yeah,
Highland wool.
very, very nice.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, so maybe that could be a Christmas cast on.
Good plan.
Yeah. So that's the last of our Olann and
Oh,
Loves.
yeah.
And I have to say, I know we say it every time, but the stuff that's come in for the next issue, there's one thing in particular that when it came in, I literally was like, and I sent a picture to, I didn't send it to you actually, I sent it to someone else who I know likes these things, and I was like, oh my God, this is just, yeah.
I love that. And speaking of like just using those on their own, last week we went on our fibre crawl, our yarn crawl up in Dublin, and we had to have it. I'm just literally seriously just considering draping it around my neck
I
in
think
the
you
hang.
should.
I think that would be so hilarious. But it's mohair from the Fibre Kitchen. Mohair and silk, actually. I think it's 75% mohair. Let me have a look here. I was looking at it. 72% kid mohair and 28% silk. And it's from the Fibre Kitchen. Look at it.
Oh, look at how soft and fluffy it is.
It's just... And this is called... I think it's called cotton candy.
Yeah, definitely.
So it just looks like candy floss. And it's incredibly soft. And I got this in the Constant Knitter in Dublin. I just could not pass it up.
No, it's definitely...
I have no idea what... I will...
Yeah.
And I think because it was funny in the shop when I was doing it, I was like, oh, like this. And then I looked around and there was just a random customer looking at me going, what is she doing with the wool? I thought it was one of us, which would have been fine. But it wasn't one of us. It was a stranger to my ways. So she was like, I gotta get out of here. Because I think I was actually making noise. I was like, oh. So anyway, that wasn't... yeah. But like, who doesn't do that? I think, look, we all do it.
Rub it against
Yeah,
the neck, sniff it.
Yeah. So
I sniff everything.
this has absolutely no smell.
No.
Well, actually, it's going to be all up my nose now. Actually, when you inhale it deeply, it does have a little bit of a smell. A nice smell. Anyway, but I'm now going to be itching my nose for the rest of the podcast, so I apologise in advance. But this is from the Fibre Kitchen, and they've been doing a lot of dyeing mohair. Actually, there was loads of other colourways. They were really nice. But this stood out for me for obvious reasons.
What's the meterage on that?
Actually, it's huge. Because I was struck by that as well. 420 meters.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, it is lovely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you know, I wonder if there's a pattern that you could use this with and the pink ribbon.
Oh, interesting.
Do you know?
Yeah.
There is definitely a shawl or something where you use a mohair and then you use a. I think Fiona one of our friends Fiona might have made it.
Oh, okay. Oh, we'll look into that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you use a mohair and then you use a standard yarn.
Yes.
It might be thicker than the pink ribbon. Pink ribbon, in case you haven't seen the episode, was we had a knocker along, and Irish Fairy Tales dyed a sock yarn for the event, and they called it pink ribbon, and it was kind of similar.
Yeah, it is similar. Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
but
right.
I think it might be a heavier weight yarn. I'll have to have a think, but you could always double up the other one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Sorry, I'm still looking at it, but anyway, that was one of my we had to have it. Every time I take it out of the bag, I'm like, ooh, mesmerising. Oh yeah, I also got, I had been looking at this for a little while. I hadn't bought it, I don't know why, but I did eventually buy it, and it's the West Yorkshire Spinners 4-ply sock yarn. Again, there's no name on this, but I thought they'd named all of these.
It's called fruit salad.
Is it? Yeah, okay, yeah, fruit salad, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to make...
Is it fruit salad, or is it...
Well, I mean, it's only
colada?
yeah, it could be one of their cocktail range.
Yeah, I can't remember now I said that.
It's one or the other. The name isn't on this, unfortunately, but yeah, look, you'd probably be familiar with it anyway. So I think I will definitely be making socks with it, and I will top and tail, as in cuffs, heels, toes, with... I have a pink, because I have a pink, exactly the same colour as this 4-ply, so I'll use that.
I have to say, their sock yarn is one of my
Oh my
favourite sock
god,
yarns.
it's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's a pleasure to knit with, and if it's self-striping, you want to get to the next one, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I was delighted with that. And then, we did a yarn crawl, but we also incorporated a fabric shop for the first time. They're called the Fabric Counter, and they're out in Stony Batter, which is out by Smithfield area of Dublin. And we all went
We
in
didn't
there.
know what to expect, did we? To be fair, we didn't really know what to expect. Sometimes we've been to fabric shops here that we've expected something else, haven't we?
Yeah,
and
probably.
This shop is incredible.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah, I think the majority of us were floored.
There was almost too much choice.
Yeah, really helpful as well. And they do workshops, don't they, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They do a children's party thing where you can go and make pyjama bottoms, which in our opinion we should be able to go and do it. So we inquired if we could have an adult pyjama bottom party.
So she said yes.
Yeah.
And she said bring some
And
Prosecco.
Prosecco.
So I think Carol was across the other side of the store and heard Prosecco and was like, what? It's very funny.
Count me in. She can sew. She doesn't need to do the pyjama bottoms. Yeah.
Speaking of Carol, because Carol is the one who was mentoring me my fabric choice, because I do not. I have a sewing machine. I have sewed, but I wouldn't consider myself a good sewer by any stretch of the imagination. But it was something that's on my to-do list for the new year, to use my sewing machine, essentially.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah. Because we're trying to declutter our house, and Glenn, my husband, is like, you haven't used that in ages, have you? Let's just sell it. I'm like, what? Hang on a second. Let's not be hasty. So a few of my things, like when I'm not here, he's kind of just like throwing them out. I had a pair of rollerblades that I was definitely going to learn how to use. Now, they have been in the attic for about 10 years. But I swear to God I was going to use them. They're gone. I don't know where they're gone. He's gotten rid of them. So if I don't use stuff, it's gone. So I know. He's selling them or giving them away.
Okay.
So I have to use my sewing machine. So anyway, I decided I would try and sew a simple A-line skirt, so as basic as it gets, really. And Carol kindly found a lovely free pattern for me online. I will give you the details because I can't remember it right now. But in any case, I bought this beautiful starry fabric. So it's a black.
It's really nice.
I thought it was navy, like a deep midnight navy, but it is actually black. And then I bought the lining, and it's an invisible zip, so I bought the zip. So I literally have no excuse. So I have the pattern, I have the material, I have the lining, and I have the zip. There's no reason not to do it. So I'm really looking forward to it. And myself and Fiona, one of her friends, she also bought yarn, zip, lining. I think we were angling to maybe get Carol to help us out a little bit with a day. So she's like, I think Carol said yes, but it would be in the new year. So that would be nice.
That's good.
Because I literally would have no idea what I'm doing. And I'd be worried that if I messed it up, I kind of go, oh, I can't do this, and just kind of maybe throw it away.
We were talking about the difference between knitting and sewing. I used to do an awful lot of sewing. I used to make quite a lot of my clothes. And now when I sit down in front of my sewing machine, it's like it's all gone. I haven't retained any of the information. I don't understand. Like I made the corduroy trousers.
Whoa.
I made a sheer blouse. A lot of the stuff, silly bits and pieces for the kids, pajama trousers and stuff like that. So, and I was always upcycling more out of need rather than because it was trendy. But when I sit down in front of my sewing machine, gone. Just none of it is there, and I feel like I'm a newbie sewer.
Yeah, but you've made some nice little tunics for yourself.
But even them, I'm like, well, yeah. But the difference is when it's sewing, if you've cut the fabric and you've cut it too small, you're like,
yeah, I know there is that element.
If it's wool, you're like, oh, it's okay, I can pull it down and I can reknit it. Especially because there aren't so many sewing material shops here, fabric shops here. I think it probably makes you more cautious, doesn't it?
It probably does.
Like that was a reasonably priced material, but if you make a mistake size wise, you can only turn it into something else, can't you?
Yeah.
Whereas yarn, if the yarn has cost you even more money, you know you can rip it down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like
a bit more final, isn't it?
Yeah.
You kind of have, so you do need to think about it a bit more.
Yeah. But now A-line skirts I used to make a lot.
Yeah.
So,
it seems simple in my brain, but that's not to say. The invisible zip kind of has thrown me a little bit, but I mean, Carol showed me it's quite simple.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm sure probably it's fine. It's just in my head that seems to be the hardest part of the skirt.
Yeah, and if you've made one, then you can knock them out like nobody's business.
Yeah, that'd be the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that fabric, the lining and the zip, cost me less than. I mean, I think it cost me £12 or something.
Yeah.
So then you have a unique. To you,
and especially because it's going to have a lining as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good.
Yeah.
It'd be cheaper than a skirt you buy in pennies, for example, which would be let's say the Primark, which would be the cheapest. But it's something you've chosen and made yourself.
Yeah.
So
it's really good.
No reason not to. And then finally, we had to have it yesterday. I went up to the City Hall for the Christmas craft and design fair. And I was kind of having a little mill around, and I love stationery and I love books, and I saw this. Oh my god, I'm like absolutely kind of freaking out over this.
So cute.
It's so cool. But this lady was doing bookbinding, so she had like proper sized books and calendars and all of these kind of things. But then she had like these miniature books, like proper perfect binding with the ribbon and everything, and it's a brooch, and it has actual pages. Like it's a dead cert proper miniature book. So I'm gonna like write stuff in the pages. And like I literally got out of the craft fair and pinned it on my jacket straight away. And then I was walking down Olive Plunk Street and I went into a store and I was looking at some skirts, and a girl there went, oh, I love your brooch, what is it? Is that a book? And I was like, it is a book. And I was like, and she's like, oh, you're going to write stuff in the pages though, aren't you? And I'm like, I absolutely am. And she was like, where can I get it? And then I told her about the craft fair. So she was going up after me to buy one of these. It's just dinky. It's super cute. And because it's like, it's not bashed together. I mean, there's actual handicraft involved. Like, look at that. It's perfectly bound.
What did you say the lady's name was again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's true. I have a card here. Barbara Hubert. She does hand bookbindery. And she's based in Cork. She also does like book repair, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So if you have like an old book that's been passed down to you or something, it's a bit, she can fix it. But she was really interesting, and she does workshops as well, actually. So we're going to look into that in the new year as well. And I was asking her, I was like, oh my god, how do you find the time to do these? And she's like, I don't know. I mean, literally, she said they're kind of just not an afterthought, but she said they're so finicky to make.
I'd say they are quite fiddly, aren't they? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
anything that you make in miniature. This was incredibly fiddly.
So, yeah.
This probably took longer than it takes to knit a hat.
Oh,
do you know?
Well, yeah, I can see how. Yeah,
because I was like, I need to have a ta-da for the podcast, and I was like, I'll knit a mini jumper. I'm like, I should have just knit one of my normal hats. I would have had it done quicker. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to write stuff in that.
Yeah, we've been we've actually bought quite a lot. I suppose the yarn quilt, and then since our last episode, I've been to the Nottingham Yarn Expo, haven't I, as well? So the one thing I do want to show you though, while I think of it, which follows on from the yarn quilt. So last year for our yarn quilt, we do this as like an annual thing now with our knitting group, because it's just a good excuse to go out, you know. We all got, last year we got a minibus. Last year and the year before we got a minibus. This year we went up in cars because there wasn't so many of us that could make the day. So we kind of went up, and it was more relaxed, wasn't it?
I think it was actually. I preferred it.
Yeah. So thank you to Edwina and Michelle for driving.
Yeah. Superstars.
Yeah, and then we got on the Lewis and the buses and stuff like that. Dean and my daughter flew over from the
that
UK.
Was so cool. Yeah.
So that was
it was brilliant.
She came over because she was always part of the knitting group. Yeah. So it was nice that she could come over and do it with us. So last year we had our Motherfika bags. I don't know, can you see those? Which, I mean, it sounds a little rude.
But fika is completely acceptable.
Totally. Fika means gathering together to talk and take a break from everyday routines, usually with tea and cake, and often for hours on end. Yeah. Which kind of sums us up. Technically it's meant to be coffee, but we're mostly tea girls. Yeah. So this year we just did some little badges to go.
Motherfika.
Yeah, so definitely we are all Motherfikas. So I was trying to think what we'd do for next year. Next year we might have to have t-shirts or something, mightn't we?
Yeah, t-shirts.
Or knickers that we wear on the outside of our clothes.
Yeah. Okay.
We could just go with you sniffing your balls. That'd be fun. No one would come into the shop. No. So we went to the fabric shop, didn't we? We went to
Fabric Counter,
Woolwagon, and we went to the Constant Knitter. Yeah. And we had food in between, which was testing. But
we did, it was a lovely day. Yeah, it was really nice.
It was really, really nice, actually. Yeah.
I think it helps that it was a lovely autumnal day. You know, it was because we were walking a lot, and so we were out and about. Yeah. So if it had been raining, it would have been a bit of a.
And it was pouring. I nearly swore then. I nearly said it was pouring on the way up, wasn't it? And we were like, oh no,
this is not good.
But by the time we'd hit Dublin, it had stopped, hadn't we?
Yeah, it was perfect weather.
No, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
So I did, as you might expect, buy a few bits and pieces while I was in Dublin. But in truth, I'd actually, they are literally for. I have them worked out for what they're going to be. They are all for gift knitting. So I didn't want to show those. So, but I will show you the things that I bought in, or some of the things that I bought in Nottingham. I actually only bought 4 things in the Nottingham Yarn Expo. And one of them I can't show you because I got the idea from the magazine. So I can't show you because then I'll be showing you something that goes in the magazine. So one of the things I can show you is this wonderful, and I haven't taken it off, I've been dying to take it off. So it's a limited edition enamel badge. It's brilliant. From Kodo, is it Kodo? Komodo Crafts. Oh, wow. So they make enamel pins. Now I hope I'm not wrong in getting this, but they're normally £5 each. But this one was £10, and the idea was that half of the proceeds of the sale go to breast cancer. Oh, very good. Which I just thought with the knocker along and everything, perfect. You know, and you've got a sticker that goes with it. Well. Cool. So I can take it off now and put it on my project bag. But yeah, I was like, brilliant. I have to have one of those. It's a limited edition one as well. Very cool. Cool. So another item that I bought was actually these. I'd been looking at them. Oh yeah. I was looking at them maybe a year and a half ago or something. I got it from a company called Beyond Measure. It's called a wrist ruler. Oh yeah. And I'd actually picked it out as something to get my husband last Christmas. But when I asked a couple of our friends, they were like, no, I'm not sure that he'd wear it. But actually, when he saw it, we both ended up getting one. And we both went for this kind of mid-brown. Yeah. We've got a new blue one, which is a light blue one. Oh, okay. And a dark one and a black one. Like really comfortable. I love it. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. Really handy. I think they are available here in one of the yarn shops in Dublin, I think. Oh, okay. But yeah, no, really, really nice. I was getting, patted down at the airport. For some reason, I always get patted down. I think I must just have bullshit look on me or something. And the woman said something, and I didn't hear what she said. And she said, "Oh, I really, really like that." So, right. Oh, cool. I was like, "Okay, all right, yeah, no, just walk through in a huff. Airports make me, and maybe that's what it is. Airports make me moody.
A bit stressy.
Yeah, you have to take off so many clothes.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and take off. Like I had to take off my Birkenstocks in the summer.
I thought it was just
they're
like if they have
strappy
heels.
sandals. No,
Yeah,
the strappy sandals.
that's
Yeah,
annoying.
and to be fair, like silly things like doing up buckles and stuff like that, they can hurt. So I'm like, oh my god. My daughter tells me that I can actually say I have rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, right.
Because things like that hurt. And when you're trying to do them under pressure,
Oh,
do you know, like, I need to do my shoes
And there's
up.
people kind of shuffling around you.
Yeah.
Like, I saw a poor old man. Oh, I felt so sorry for him. And he was trying to do up his shoes. And I just went over and I did up his shoes for him because he was struggling so much. And I was like, oh, bless him. Like, that's going to take him ages. So I just went, I'll help you there. And just, like, it seems it's a bit excessive, I think, for, you know, and they should have even a separate area where kind of people who will take longer can just have a seat and relax and not be feeling like they need to hurry up.
Because I had 3 trays, because I had my carry-on bag, my handbag, a coat, a belt, my phone, my watch. Even my watch I usually have to take off. Then they got me to take my shoes off. So I had 3 trays as well. And I was like, oh my god, so there's all these people coming through. I had 3 trays. I was trying to tip them all into one tray to then carry them over. And then you're walking in socks. And if I went flying, it's like,
There's so many, so many issues with it.
Yeah, so so when I was being patted down, she was like, I like that. By which time I was so miserable, I could have actually given her a mouthful.
Just go away.
Do you? Well, I don't like this. And they were very like separate trays, and they were just kind of barking at people. I know it's a job, and I know it's very perfunctory, but separate trays. No, I told you separate trays, and oh god, so and the bags. You know the little bags.
Oh, stop. Yeah.
That bag's slightly too big. Or no, that pouch isn't okay, even though you've bought it and it says when you bought it, airport, suitable for airport use. No, you need to put them all in this.
Oh, yeah. And I was really annoyed. I don't know where we were going. It was when we were going on holidays to Sicily. We were just taking hand luggage, and I would pride myself in just having everything ready because I hate this faff and delaying, and I hate when people aren't ready and they kind of arrive and they're like, oh, I have to do all of this, and you're like, oh my god, how do you not know this? And so I got there and I had my toiletries bag, and the guy didn't even, like, he just glanced and he went, that's 125ml, and I'm like, what? And I looked and it was like, you know, that micellar water, the Garnier, and I got in like a little mini travel size, and I hadn't, it says that, you know, travel size, I hadn't checked the mils, and it was 125 instead of 100, and he took it off me. I was like, oh, come on. If like everything fit in my bag, but then I felt then like people were looking at me going, yeah, look at her now, she has me. Where like I'd normally have it all perfect, and I was really annoyed at him and myself for not checking. But if I'm buying a travel size, I presume it's going to be 100ml. So to be honest, my bad for not checking. But also, Garnier is bad.
Garnier is definitely bad. Yeah.
It's either a travel size or it's not. If it's not, you know.
Yeah, and they pull you now for your face powder, don't they? Because your face powder looks like a liquid, but it's like a
I know what you mean.
loose face powder is obviously a tub. And they know, they go to open your bag and you're like, face powder, and they're like, yeah, face powder.
yeah.
So, and I got swabbed, have a general bag. My hands got swabbed, but then my bag got swabbed on the same swab, and I'm like, well, how are you going to tell if it's my bag or my hand?
We could have a separate podcast about this, to be honest. I could go on.
You feel like saying when they do it, like, and they if they get really severe and they do round your belt and stuff like that, and you're like, well, I just stand here and take everything off. Would that be so much easier for you?
I know, it's crazy. And that's like, you're probably just going like court to Manchester.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems excessive, I'm just going to say it. But then again, you know, obviously, I understand to a certain degree, but
yeah, you do understand why they go. Ultimately, when your time is up, your time is up. I mean, really, it is. So you know, that's my way of thinking. When whoever the Grim Reaper is who comes to take me off, you know, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I'd like to have a bit of a wrangle with him. Not just now, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's a bloke as well.
I presume that by the time he comes to me, if I was still kind of like, I kind of would be like, I don't want to be that old that I can't do stuff. Do you know? I see older women and they're kind of all hunched over, and it looks like an effort to even walk. And I'm like, I really don't want to be that old. So I'd prefer to be just gone. So if he came along and went, I'd be like, yeah, grand, that's fine. I'm off. Because I just don't want to be that old that things hurt all the time. And, you know, I don't know people. And, like, you know what I mean? I would find that really upsetting.
My opinions on that have changed. I used to be, when I was younger, I was like, if I lost a leg or if I became paraplegic or something, you know, like I didn't want to live. And now my opinions have changed. Now I think if my mind's still working, I have loads to, for my family, I would hope. I wouldn't want to be a burden on them, but I tend to think my brain is probably me. Does that make sense?
I know, it does, yeah.
And my kids and I have a pact. They don't agree with the pact, but we do have a pact. They all have to wipe my bum once before they put me anywhere else. All of them. So that's 3. So at least 3 times I should be okay. As far as I'm concerned, I like to wipe their bums. They'll be horrified.
They would be horrified. I'm slightly horrified. Just once I'm never drawn into this agreement, I'm fine. That's fine.
Do always says you pay someone to do it. I'm like, no, that's not the point. The point is you do it once, and then you can pay someone to do it. But you have to do it once.
Oh, Lord.
You don't want to be one of my kids, would you? Total tangent. Okay, back to the ta-da.
Yes,
so
actually,
look, so I'm going to cover this up. So isn't this lovely? So this is, so this is 96% fine Falkland Merino, 4% Lurex. And I'm not a sparkle girl.
Yeah,
but
you can't really see it. Oh, you can kind of. Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah.
But isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. This is probably a deeper red than it looks
is
like it's coming out on that.
Yeah, definitely deeper.
It's more like a more like a claret kind of red, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
so
red winey.
I bought this in Nottingham. Yeah. So hilariously, it's actually from.
You went all the way to Nottingham to buy from an Irish indie dyer. Funny.
Called Roxanne, which is very, very appropriate.
Cool.
But yeah, I was talking to Bernie and Derek, and at the corner where I could see this yarn, and I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. So my husband and I were walking around, and he was like, is there anything you want? And I was like, I can't believe I actually want that yarn.
Oh, it's lovely. It's really nice.
Yeah, to be fair, in my head I'm thinking mittens for me.
Oh, nice.
I actually love it.
Yeah.
And it's been so hard not to cast it on.
Oh, I'd say so. Oh, it's lovely.
Did I go to Nottingham 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
I think it was, yeah.
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 And all I wanted to do was wind it since. Yeah, which is probably why I didn't want to buy anything last week either, because I was like, no, I just want to knit this.
Yeah, you've got it home.
It's lovely.
Oh, it's really nice.
I love what they're doing with more woolly wool.
Yeah.
They have Massam, don't they, and things like that. And I just think it's, you bought Massam, didn't you, from Atlantic Knitscape?
Yeah.
I love what they're doing. I love, I think each indie dyer has something to offer, but at the moment, Bear and Sheep's Clothing, they're just doing something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Really cool.
Yeah. So that's all I can show you from my.
Oh yeah.
My we had to have it.
We just have a
very short.
Yeah, very
It'll
short.
Be lovely when it's
update.
finished.
Yeah, I guess that's all we can show really. So actually, when I was in Dublin, I also bought in Winnie's Wool Cafe. I bought some sock yarn, Drops Fable, and it's this is coming out nice and bright actually.
Yeah.
So I saw these colours. I'm going to show you there. Well, I saw this colour and I went ooh. So it's my brother's 40th birthday in January, and so he kind of likes, he loves quirky kind of coloured socks, and I thought this was just screaming out his name, and then I paired it with this because you can kind of see here, it's kind of similar. So then I just wanted a plain old vanilla sock, so I cast on the blue with so I'm going to do the cuff, heel and toes, and then with the orange stripy I'm doing the rest, and I'm using the pattern called it's a Joe Tor pattern Ravelry. Again, it's it's a free pattern, but it's just plain vanilla socks. But the cool thing about it is she gives you 3 choices of heel. I'm using, I don't know if you can see, you can. It's called a twisted slip stitch, because usually I would use
a normal slip stitch, you said, didn't you?
A normal slip stitch, but that's a bit of a thicker heel, and I wanted him to be able to wear these to work, and he wears kind of, dressier shoes, let's say, and the heel I wasn't confident it would fit into them, so this is a thinner heel, albeit it's
but it's still sturdy, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. Actually, I don't think it's twisted slip. Sorry, you're just knitting on the knit side. You're just knitting into the back of the stitch rather than the front of the stitch. So that's where the slight twist is coming from. So it's actually, and you're just slipping obviously at each side, because you're going to be picking up.
That's how lots of people are taught to knit here in Ireland.
Oh, into the back loop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Older generation.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the nuns would have taught them to knit here to make it a firmer fabric.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can definitely feel the difference between like a regular stocking stitch and this. Yeah, I'm literally like, I've never knit. I started knitting that and I'm like, oh my god, I was knitting it so quickly.
You're powering through them, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's not like me, because usually I take flipping ages to knit anything. So his birthday is in the new year, so I will definitely have them finished.
Yeah.
Yes,
Be nice to have them done as well, and so if you're knitting them quickly, it'd be nice to get them done.
Yeah.
And it'll be lovely when it's finished. I literally can't show you anything. I mean, I can show you these, and I haven't worked on them in about a week. I have now, you see it upstairs in Dina's room, which is now my semi-craft room. I already have 4 gifts ready to go out. I have to sew in ends, but they're done.
Cool.
And I think I worked out, if I could do, I worked out 17 people I wanted to knit for. Because they're all very small things, they're all accessories, so it is doable. And in my head, I'm kind of like giving myself 2 to 3 days to do one person, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So in between all the rest of it, and once we've got this stuff done for the magazine, I think it is doable.
Okay.
My Selby mittens, so I love these. Yeah, I did take them down. In the end, I took them down, and I decided I wouldn't do the longer cuff again. I'd wait and see how they fit.
Yeah.
So I have gone down. My needle size is now a 3.25. I think I went down to, and I'm much happier with
they're beautiful.
With the gauge.
Oh, I love the start of that. You can see that
detail
coming through now.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
and I'm really enjoying making them. I haven't carried I started off by not catching my floats because I wanted to see what would happen, and because they're for me, I don't think it will matter too much. But yeah, they work really well. I'm really happy with them.
Oh, I love them.
And I'm actually dying to get back onto them.
Yeah, I really like them.
Yeah.
Is that your first one?
Yeah. And so I'm moving a stitch. So some people, because of ladders, I'm moving a stitch onto each needle every time I knit. So when I get to the end of here, I already have moved it over. So I've already moved 2 stitches, I think, over, just to try and make those floats loose. So it looks like it's tight here, but it's not. It's because I've.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, clever.
But yeah, no, really enjoying them.
And the colours are cool.
Yeah,
really
and the
like
pattern's
them.
really nicely written.
Nice. Good stuff.
So that's my only. It'll be lovely when it's finished that I can show you. Oh, there's stuff all over the house.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, kind of the collection by where I sit, and in the evenings is just kind of piles.
Is it?
It's just piling up of things. So he needed to go, because I had the door closed there. That's where he goes out to the back. He needed to go to the loo. So this is Toby, one of my dogs. Toby, look. Say hello. Hello.
He's just been playing with his ball down here. It's like, just throw the ball. Throw the ball. So, yeah. So I suppose we need to try and get another one of these done if we can, don't we?
Yeah.
We had toyed with doing one straight after.
But actually,
But then we'd have nothing to show you
nothing
either.
to show you, that's true. Actually.
No. And we were going to change our clothes and
fool you all. Wouldn't work.
We'd say something.
Yeah. Like Strictly Come Dancing, when they do the results show on the Sunday, but it's not the Sunday, it's a Saturday, and they all still pretend it's a Sunday, but it's not Sunday.
Yeah, because they've all got the same clothes on.
Come on, just no.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we'll try and get another one done before we publish, I suppose, if we can.
Yeah.
Might just be a quick evening one with terrible lighting, but
yeah.
No.
But that's it. Yeah, I think. Yeah, so we'll upload this. I guess you'll be looking at this
Monday, maybe.
Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Tuesday, yeah. Depends on how the broadband
Oh yeah, holds up.
Yeah. Oh, and we didn't say thank you for coming back. If
Oh
you were a
yeah,
returning
and
viewer.
yeah, we've a load of new viewers, so
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, one day soon we'll be a bit more organised and less tangenty. Maybe that's the charm of it. I don't know. Anyway, but thank you if you have joined us. It's really nice to that you've tuned in, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.